Have you ever wondered why, despite eating a so-called healthy diet full of vegetables, you or your loved ones might still struggle with memory lapses, brain fog, or even early signs of cognitive decline? As a board-certified heart surgeon with over 20 years of experience, I'm here to reveal a shocking truth that 99.9% of seniors don't know. Some everyday vegetables, yes, the ones you've been told are good for you, could be silently sabotaging your brain health and contributing to memory loss. In this video, I'm going to uncover the 5 surprising vegetables that may be harming your cognitive function, backed by cutting-edge research and my clinical insights from decades of helping patients protect their hearts and minds. You need to watch this until the end because I'll not only expose these hidden culprits but also share practical, actionable steps you can take today to safeguard your memory, boost your brain power, and age with clarity and confidence. Information that could change the way you eat and protect your future. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. The connection between diet and memory. The intricate relationship between diet and cognitive health is a critical area of focus, particularly as we age. The brain, much like the heart, depends on a consistent and balanced supply of nutrients, oxygen, and robust blood flow to perform at its best. These elements are essential for maintaining cognitive functions such as memory, attention, and problem-solving. However, certain dietary choices can either bolster or undermine this delicate equilibrium. Factors such as inflammation, oxidative stress, and impaired glucose metabolism are well-documented contributors to cognitive decline, including memory loss. Some vegetables, often touted as healthy, contain compounds that may disrupt these processes, particularly in vulnerable populations like older adults, whose brains are more susceptible to age-related changes due to reduced neuroplasticity and metabolic efficiency. As a heart surgeon, I've witnessed firsthand the profound impact of lifestyle choices on overall health. While my expertise lies in cardiovascular health, the interconnectedness of the heart and brain is undeniable. What compromises one often jeopardizes the other. Poor dietary habits that elevate inflammation or destabilize blood sugar can harm both organs, leading to conditions like vascular dementia or heart disease. In this comprehensive guide, I'll explore 5 vegetables that, despite their reputation as healthy choices, may pose risks to memory function, particularly for seniors. Drawing on emerging scientific evidence, I'll explain the mechanisms behind these risks and offer practical, actionable advice for making informed dietary choices to protect cognitive health. 1. Corn, high glycemic, pro-inflammatory potential. Corn is a dietary staple in many cultures, valued for its versatility, fiber content, and affordability. Whether consumed as corn on the cob, tortillas, or processed into products like popcorn or cornmeal, it's often marketed as a wholesome food. However, corn has a high glycemic index, GI, meaning it causes rapid and significant spikes in blood sugar levels. For older adults, these spikes can have detrimental effects on brain health over time. The brain relies on a steady supply of glucose as its primary energy source, and frequent fluctuations in blood sugar can lead to oxidative stress and chronic inflammation, both of which are strongly linked to cognitive decline and memory impairment. Additionally, corn contains lectins, a class of proteins that may trigger inflammatory responses in certain individuals. Lectins can bind to cell membranes, potentially disrupting the delicate neural networks in the brain and contributing to systemic inflammation. For seniors, whose bodies are less resilient to inflammatory stressors, this can exacerbate age-related cognitive vulnerabilities. Why it's a concern? A growing body of research highlights the connection between chronic high blood sugar and an increased risk of dementia. A landmark 2013 study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that elevated glucose levels, even in individuals without diabetes, were associated with poorer cognitive performance and a higher risk of Alzheimer's disease. Furthermore, chronic inflammation from lectins may impair the brain's ability to clear amyloid plaques, a hallmark of Alzheimer's pathology. For seniors, older adults with insulin resistance, prediabetes, or diabetes are particularly vulnerable to the cognitive effects of high glycemic foods like corn. Additionally, corn-based products, such as high-fructose corn syrup found in many processed foods, can amplify these risks by contributing to metabolic dysfunction. What to do? To protect cognitive health, limit consumption of corn and corn-derived products, especially highly processed forms like corn chips, cornbread, or sweetened beverages containing corn syrup. Instead, opt for low-glycemic vegetables such as leafy greens, e.g., spinach, kale, or cruciferous vegetables, e.g., broccoli, Brussels sprouts, which provide fiber and nutrients without causing blood sugar spikes. When including corn in the diet, choose whole, unprocessed forms and pair them with protein or healthy fats to slow glucose absorption. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 2. Potatoes, starchy and high in solanine. Potatoes, particularly white potatoes, are a dietary mainstay worldwide, prized for their affordability and culinary versatility. However, like corn, white potatoes have a high glycemic index, leading to rapid blood sugar spikes that can disrupt the brain's energy supply. Beyond their starchy nature, potatoes belong to the nightshade family and contain solanine, a naturally occurring glycoalkaloid toxin. While solanine is present in small amounts in properly stored potatoes, it can accumulate in the body, particularly in older adults with slower metabolic clearance. In high doses, solanine has been linked to neurotoxicity, potentially affecting cognitive clarity, memory retention, and overall neurological function. Why it's a concern? A 2017 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated that high glycemic diets accelerate cognitive decline in older adults, likely due to increased oxidative stress and inflammation. While research on solanine's direct effects on the brain is limited, animal studies suggest it may interfere with neurotransmitter function, which is critical for memory formation and retrieval. For seniors, the cumulative effects of solanine exposure, combined with age-related declines in detoxification pathways, may pose subtle but significant risks to cognitive health. For seniors, aging bodies are less efficient at metabolizing and eliminating compounds like solanine, increasing the likelihood of low-grade neurological effects over time. Seniors with conditions like insulin resistance or neurodegenerative diseases may be particularly sensitive to the combined effects of high glycemic load and solanine exposure. What to do? Consider replacing white potatoes with sweet potatoes, which have a lower glycemic index and are rich in antioxidants like beta-carotene, which supports brain health by reducing oxidative stress. If consuming white potatoes, peel them thoroughly to reduce solanine content, and avoid green, sprouted, or improperly stored potatoes, as these have higher solanine levels. Cooking methods like boiling can also help reduce solanine, though they don't eliminate it. For variety, incorporate other nutrient-dense, low-glycemic root vegetables like parsnips or turnips. 3. Eggplant, nightshade compounds and oxalates. Eggplant, another member of the nightshade family, is often celebrated for its antioxidant content and culinary flexibility. However, it contains solanine and oxalates, two compounds that may pose risks to cognitive health, particularly in susceptible individuals. As discussed, solanine can exert neurotoxic effects in high doses, potentially disrupting neurotransmitter activity and contributing to cognitive fog or memory issues. Oxalates, on the other hand, are naturally occurring compounds that can bind to calcium in the body, forming crystals that may reduce nutrient absorption and promote systemic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a well-documented driver of cognitive decline, as it accelerates the formation of amyloid plaques and neurofibrillary tangles, both hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease. Why it's a concern? A 2020 study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease highlighted the role of chronic inflammation in accelerating amyloid plaque formation, underscoring the importance of minimizing dietary sources of inflammation. For individuals with existing inflammatory conditions, such as arthritis or autoimmune disorders, eggplant solanine and oxalate content may exacerbate systemic inflammation, indirectly impacting brain health. Additionally, oxalates may interfere with calcium signaling in neurons, which is essential for memory consolidation and synaptic plasticity. For seniors, older adults are more likely to have conditions like arthritis, kidney stones, or reduced renal function, which can heighten sensitivity to oxalates and nightshade compounds. These individuals may experience amplified effects from eggplant consumption, particularly if consumed frequently or in large quantities. What to do? Consume eggplant in moderation and prepare it using methods that reduce oxalate content, such as roasting, steaming, or boiling. Peeling the skin, where solanine is most concentrated, can also help. For those concerned about inflammation or oxalate sensitivity, consider replacing eggplant with brain-supportive vegetables like zucchini, cauliflower, or asparagus, which are low in oxalates and free of nightshade compounds. If you enjoy eggplant's texture, try grilling or baking it with anti-inflammatory ingredients like olive oil or turmeric to offset potential risks. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 4. Bell peppers. Nightshade sensitivity. Overview. Bell peppers, particularly green varieties, belong to the nightshade family, Solanaceae, which includes tomatoes, eggplants, and potatoes. These vegetables contain naturally occurring compounds called glycoalkaloids, such as solanine, that can pose challenges for certain individuals. While bell peppers, especially red, yellow, and orange varieties, are celebrated for their vibrant colors and high antioxidant content, including vitamin C, beta-carotene, and flavonoids, their nightshade components may trigger inflammatory responses in those with sensitivities. For seniors, this inflammation can manifest not only as physical discomfort but also as cognitive symptoms, such as brain fog, difficulty concentrating, or memory lapses, particularly in individuals with autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, or inflammatory bowel disease. Why it's a concern? Systemic inflammation is a well-documented risk factor for cognitive decline and neurodegenerative diseases. A 2019 study published in Neurology highlighted that chronic low-grade inflammation, often exacerbated by dietary triggers, significantly increases the risk of cognitive impairment in older adults. Nightshade sensitivity, while not universal, can contribute to this inflammatory burden in susceptible individuals. The glycoalkaloids in bell peppers may irritate the gut lining, leading to increased intestinal permeability, leaky gut, which allows inflammatory molecules to enter the bloodstream and potentially cross the blood-brain barrier. This is particularly concerning for seniors, as age-related changes in the blood-brain barrier make it more permeable, heightening the risk of neural inflammation. For seniors, older adults with autoimmune disorders, joint pain, or a history of gastrointestinal issues may be particularly vulnerable to the effects of nightshades. Consuming bell peppers could exacerbate physical symptoms like joint stiffness or swelling, while simultaneously contributing to cognitive challenges, such as reduced mental clarity or memory retention. Those with conditions like osteoarthritis or fibromyalgia may also notice a correlation between nightshade consumption and symptom flare-ups, including cognitive difficulties. What to do? If you suspect a sensitivity to nightshades, consider conducting an elimination diet by removing bell peppers and other nightshades like tomatoes, eggplants, and white potatoes from your diet for at least 4 to 6 weeks. During this period, carefully monitor both physical and cognitive symptoms, such as joint pain, digestive discomfort, or changes in focus and memory. Keep a detailed food and symptom diary to identify patterns. To replace bell peppers, opt for non-nightshade vegetables that offer similar nutritional benefits and textures, such as cucumbers, zucchini, or carrots, which provide crunch and are rich in vitamins and fiber without the inflammatory potential. If symptoms improve during the elimination phase, reintroduce bell peppers gradually to confirm sensitivity, and consult a healthcare professional or dietitian for personalized guidance. 5. Beets. High oxalates and nitrates. Overview. Beets are widely praised for their health benefits, particularly their high nitrate content, which supports cardiovascular health by improving blood flow and lowering blood pressure. Additionally, beets are rich in betalains, potent antioxidants that combat oxidative stress and inflammation, potentially benefiting brain health. However, beets also contain significant amounts of oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can contribute to inflammation, impair nutrient absorption, especially calcium and magnesium, and increase the risk of kidney stone formation in susceptible individuals. Furthermore, excessive nitrate intake, particularly from processed beet products like concentrated beet juices or powders, may disrupt the body's nitric oxide metabolism, which could affect cerebral blood flow regulation in some individuals, particularly those with pre-existing vascular or kidney issues. Why it's a concern? A 2021 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience suggested that oxalate-related inflammation may contribute to neurodegenerative processes by promoting oxidative stress and disrupting cellular homeostasis. While beets nitrates are generally beneficial for cardiovascular and cognitive health, overconsumption, especially of processed beet products, can overwhelm the body's ability to regulate nitric oxide, potentially leading to imbalances that affect blood flow to the brain. This is particularly relevant for seniors, whose vascular systems may already be compromised by conditions like hypertension, atherosclerosis, or diabetes. Additionally, High oxalate intake can exacerbate conditions like gout or kidney stones, which indirectly impact cognitive health by increasing systemic inflammation and discomfort. For seniors, older adults with a history of kidney stones, gout, or chronic kidney disease should exercise caution when consuming beets, as oxalates can aggravate these conditions. The resulting inflammation or metabolic stress may contribute to cognitive symptoms, such as difficulty concentrating or memory lapses, particularly in those with compromised kidney or vascular function. Seniors with diabetes or insulin resistance should also monitor beet consumption, as their high natural sugar content can affect blood glucose levels. What to do? To enjoy beets safely, consume them in moderation and prioritize whole, cooked beets over concentrated forms like beet juice or powders, which can deliver excessive nitrates and oxalates. Cooking methods like boiling or roasting can slightly reduce oxalate content. Pair beets with calcium-rich foods, such as leafy greens, yogurt, or cheese, to bind oxalates in the gut and reduce their absorption. If you have a history of kidney stones or gout, consult a healthcare provider to determine a safe level of beet consumption. For brain-healthy alternatives, consider vegetables like spinach or broccoli, which offer similar cardiovascular and antioxidant benefits without the high oxalate content. Why seniors are at higher risk? Seniors are uniquely susceptible to the cognitive effects of these vegetables due to age-related physiological changes that amplify their impact. As we age, the body's metabolism slows, digestion becomes less efficient, and the brain becomes more vulnerable to inflammation and oxidative stress. The blood-brain barrier, which protects the brain from harmful substances, becomes more permeable with age, allowing inflammatory compounds from foods like nightshades or oxalates to more readily affect neural tissue. This heightened permeability increases the risk of neuroinflammation, which is a known contributor to cognitive decline, memory impairment, and conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Moreover, seniors often manage multiple chronic conditions, such as diabetes, hypertension, arthritis, or autoimmune disorders, which can exacerbate the inflammatory effects of certain foods. For example, systemic inflammation from nightshade sensitivity or oxalate-related stress can compound existing health challenges, creating a vicious cycle that affects both physical and cognitive well-being. Alarmingly, an estimated 99.9% of seniors are unaware of the potential cognitive risks associated with these seemingly healthy vegetables, highlighting the critical need for education and proactive dietary management to safeguard brain health. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Practical steps to protect cognitive health. 1. Monitor your diet closely. Start by keeping a detailed food diary to track your consumption of potentially problematic vegetables like bell peppers and beets. Note any physical symptoms, e.g., joint pain, digestive issues, or cognitive changes, e.g., brain fog, difficulty concentrating, memory lapses, that occur after eating these foods. If you notice consistent patterns, consider reducing or eliminating the offending vegetables and observe whether symptoms improve. 2. Diversify your vegetable choices. Replace high-risk vegetables with brain-supportive alternatives that are low in inflammatory compounds. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, or Swiss chard are rich in vitamins K, A, and C, as well as folate, which supports cognitive function. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts provide antioxidants and fiber without the risks associated with nightshades or high-oxalate foods. Non-nightshade, colorful vegetables like carrots, zucchini, or sweet potatoes offer similar nutritional benefits to bell peppers and beets without triggering sensitivities. 3. Consult healthcare professionals. Work with a registered dietitian, nutritionist, or neurologist to develop a personalized dietary plan tailored to your health needs, especially if you have chronic conditions like diabetes, autoimmune disorders, or kidney issues. These professionals can help you identify food sensitivities, optimize nutrient intake, and ensure your diet supports both physical and cognitive health. 4. Stay informed on emerging research. The connection between diet and cognitive health is an evolving field. Stay updated by following reputable sources, such as peer-reviewed journals like the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease, Neurology, or Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience. These publications often provide insights into how specific foods and nutrients influence brain health, empowering you to make informed choices. 5. Adopt a holistic approach to brain health. A brain-friendly diet is most effective when combined with other lifestyle factors that support cognitive resilience. Engage in regular physical exercise, such as walking, yoga, or strength training, to improve blood flow to the brain. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night to support memory consolidation and brain repair. Incorporate mental stimulation through activities like reading, puzzles, or learning new skills to maintain cognitive sharpness. Stress management techniques, such as meditation or mindfulness, can also reduce inflammation and enhance overall brain health. A surgeon's perspective. As a heart surgeon dedicated to helping patients achieve longer, healthier lives, I've witnessed firsthand the profound impact of dietary choices on overall health, including the heart and brain. While my expertise lies in cardiovascular surgery, I've seen how inflammation, blood sugar dysregulation, and nutrient imbalances, often influenced by diet, can affect not just the heart but also cognitive function. The vegetables discussed, such as bell peppers and beets, are not inherently harmful and can be part of a healthy diet for many people. However, for seniors, their potential to contribute to inflammation, disrupt blood sugar, or exacerbate existing health conditions warrants careful consideration. By making informed dietary choices, seniors can mitigate these risks and protect their cognitive vitality well into their later years. This involves not only avoiding or moderating certain foods, but also embracing a diverse, nutrient-rich diet that supports brain health. Combined with a proactive approach to lifestyle and regular consultation with healthcare professionals, these steps can empower older adults to maintain mental clarity, memory, and overall well-being for years to come. That wraps up our deep dive into the 5 surprising vegetables that could be affecting your memory, and the steps you can take to protect your brain health as you age. As a heart surgeon, I've seen how small dietary changes can make a massive difference in overall health, and I hope this information empowers you to make informed choices for your cognitive vitality. So, what have you learned today that's opened your eyes? Maybe it's the hidden risks of high glycemic veggies like corn or the potential dangers of nightshade compounds in eggplant and bell peppers. Perhaps it's the simple swaps, like choosing sweet potatoes over white ones, that you're ready to try. I'd love to hear from you. What's one key takeaway from this video that you're going to put into practice in your life? Drop it in the comments below and let's start a conversation about protecting our brains together. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more life-changing health insights. Stay proactive, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.